Good morning, good morning, good morning, Darnell. Hey, you ever notice that sometimes HD quality isn't always the best? Right now, I'm thinking, man, I could sure use some low definition quality in this video because I'm looking old, but that's okay. My gray hair is coming out on my beard. That's okay. That's just a sign of wisdom, right? And just to show you guys that I'm staying at home too. I haven't been able to get to the barber, so I had to shave my head. Look, I'm bald too. Okay, uh, can't get to the barber. Got to stay at home, right? So got to handle things the way I got to handle things, like when I was young. Okay, so that's that. So, anyways, I just wanted to say good morning. You know, uh, hello to everybody. I hope you guys are all doing safe. I hope you guys are all being safe and being happy, healthy, making those connections at home. This is a great time to be able to spend some time with your family. They get to see you a lot more. You get to see them a lot more. Sometimes that's a blessing. Sometimes it's not, though. So I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. Okay. If you see me looking over here, I'm just checking out what's on my computer, what I needed to talk to you guys about, what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So just hang in there with me. Okay. Um, hey, right now being this time that is full of stress and everything, I just wanted to remind you guys that you guys got to take your time and use whatever time you guys can during the day to get a mental break, maybe be able to stay mentally sharp, mentally strong, right? Give yourself some you time. Make sure that you're staying happy and healthy, right? So use those things that you got in your life to be able to escape this reality of being stuck in the house sometimes. Use that music. Music gives us an escape of reality. It takes us to another place. Use those movies. The movies are a great way to be able to escape reality, get to another place for a little while, right? Read that book. Reading books gives you the chance to be able to take your mind somewhere else, into a different time, a different space, a different setting. Anything else you can do to be able to get out of the reality of being stuck and bored at home sometimes, right? You guys can use art, draw, color, whatever you guys can do to make sure that for a little while every day that you're somewhere else. You're not stuck in your house. You're being somewhere else mentally, even if you can't be somewhere else physically. Okay. Um, it's good to make sure you guys are staying on top of doing your homework, because your teachers are working hard to make sure that you guys are getting the lessons that you need to be able to make sure you're ready for next year. This is something brand new for all of us. So your teachers have never had to kind of teach this stuff online and try to prepare you for what you're going to need next year. Okay. So even though you guys are staying on top of what you guys got to do, uh, as far as doing your lessons at home, as far as doing your homework to make sure that you guys are ready for next year, make sure that you guys are taking breaks during the day, to make sure that you're not getting too bored of doing homework, or you're not getting too bored of watching these videos. Okay. You know, work for 20 to 25 minutes and then take some water break. Work for 40 minutes and then go and read a chapter in your personal book, right? Do something, anything that's going to take your mind off of being doing homework. I can never sit for more than an hour at a time to do work. Okay. So if you got to do something besides, when you sit down to do your homework, do a little bit at a time. Take 20, 25 minutes, 40, 45 minutes, however long you can do, and then get up, walk around, get some water. Um, do a push up or two. Do whatever you got to do to make sure you're not getting so bored that you're just gonna want to stop it completely. Okay. So yeah, stay on top of your homework, but also stay on top of making sure you're being happy and healthy for you. Okay. Yeah, don't spend too much time on any one subject. If you got to do math, but don't spend too much time doing math. Going back and forth from math to science or math to reading. That's a better way to go about doing stuff. Your teachers do that for you purposely in the classroom on a daily basis, right? They only give you little blocks at a time of math or little blocks at a time of science. So do that yourself at home too. Make sure that you're breaking your day down into little blocks. Make sure that you're giving yourself breaks during the day so you don't get so bored out of your mind of doing math that you don't ever want to do math again. Okay. Um, so today I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about with this whole thing going on and us being stuck at home sometimes, right? The people at home become either our best friends or our biggest enemies during the day, right? Uh, People at home can tend to really become the only person or people that you have right now. Uh, we don't get to go out to school and interact with our friends at school anymore. Um, we don't get to go to church anymore. We don't get to do a lot of the other things that we used to do to be able to socially interact with other people outside our home. So now the people at home are the ones we got, right? And so if we're with them all day, every day, that can either be a really great thing or it can be a really stressing thing, right? And people tend to get on each other's nerves a little bit, even if they like each other a whole heck of a lot. Okay, sometimes the little things we do will irritate other people, and sometimes the little things other people do irritate us. Okay, now I'm here at home with my daughter and my niece. And I love them both dearly, and I would do anything in the world for them. But sometimes they get on my nerves. Okay, uh, so I try to make sure that I'm outside doing something every day. I'm working in the yard or working in the garage, working on my old car that hopefully I'll get done and I'll be able to show all you guys at one point. Okay. But I give them their time separate from me, and I take my time separate from them. So you guys got to make sure that you guys do that too. Okay. You guys all got probably little brothers and sisters. Okay. We got a bunch of relationships in the house. We have a relationship with our mother or father, right? We have relationships with brothers and sisters. We have relationships with maybe aunts and uncles or cousins that might live in the house or grandparents. Okay, so for a lot of us, there's a potential to have a full house in at home every day and a bunch of different relationships, right? Some of those relationships are a lot better than others. Okay. You might have an older sister that you really love and you want to hang around with all day, and a little brother that gets on your nerves. Okay, but they're all relationships that we have to kind of have right now, and we have to make the best of. Okay, because we're all kind of stuck in the same house. We're all stuck with the same environment. Okay, so there's either trying to make the best out of it or looking at it like it's the worst thing in the world. Okay, so with people being so close to each other, you guys got to take your time. Make sure that you get some time for you apart from anybody else. Okay, make sure that you're staying. Get your own personal time. Okay, even if you got to lock yourself in the bathroom for a half an hour, or go outside and sit in the sun for a half an hour. Make sure that you're doing that because you don't want everybody to get on your nerves. Okay. Now, this week I didn't want to have an assignment where you guys got to do something that where you got to write something down, because the last couple of weeks I asked you guys to do that. Okay, and I appreciate those of you guys that have done that. A lot of you guys have worked through it and gave me some really great music that I can check in with and listen to. I have listened to a bunch of those songs already. Okay, some of them were already songs that I really enjoyed, I really liked, and I really got into. Okay, and then a lot of people did the visualization thing this week where they told me what it's going to be like to be their parents' age and what they're going to be doing at that time. Okay, so for this week, I want to ask you guys to do me a favor. Okay, this is going to be a very simple one. Okay, there's a lot of people in our life that are doing a lot of different things for us. Okay, right now, our mothers and fathers are working their best to try to make sure that we maintain our housing, right? We got a roof over our head, we got food on our table. Okay, our teachers are trying their best to make sure that we're learning what we got to learn for next year. Okay, make sure we're prepared for whatever comes at us next year. And we got brothers and sisters that are at our home that are trying to do their best to be themselves too. Okay. So this week, I just want you guys to take the opportunity to thank somebody. Okay. Thank somebody for doing what they do. Okay. Let them know that you see their effort, that you recognize their effort, and that you're willing, that you appreciate it. Okay. So your only assignment this week is to take the time to thank somebody for being them. Okay. Uh, just like I want to take the time to thank all of you guys for being the brilliant Darnell students that you guys have always been. Okay, you guys have made my morning very cool every morning when I get to see you guys come in the gate. Okay, some of you guys have great big smiles. Some of you guys are still half asleep, but it does make my days a lot better to see you guys walking through the gate. Okay, so this week you're gonna take the time to thank somebody. Okay, it could be a mom, dad, uncle, aunt, cousin. Okay, your teacher. Okay, they're struggling just like you guys are. Okay, so take the time to thank somebody. Say, hey, I really appreciate you working hard to make sure that we have food on our table. Or I really appreciate the fact that you're doing something to make sure I'm learning for next year. Okay. Take the time to thank somebody, appreciate them, and let them know that they're doing a good job. Okay. All right, Darnell. That's about it. I just wanted to say that. Hope you guys are staying safe, healthy, and happy. Thank somebody, and I thank you guys. Okay.